So now we come to our topic for the day, which is competitive marketing strategy. Are you interested? If yes, please write in the chat box CM for competitive marketing. Let us see how many of you are interested. CM. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about is marketing. What is marketing? You may have got different definitions of marketing, and whatsoever you have is great. I'll share my perspective with you. And this is not God's word, which is written in stone. You can always change it. But this is how I understand, and I think this is one way of looking at it. Now, marketing. Before we get into marketing, we get into sales. Why sales? Because sales is the only function which gets money into a business. The purpose of any business is to make profit. As a business, if you are not making profit, then there is something grossly missing in your business. All right. And sales is which brings in profit. Now let us look into where does marketing fit in. So what is marketing? Marketing is the function which creates an environment for sales to happen. So please write in the chat box, environment for sales is marketing, or just write environment. So marketing is creating an environment for sales. And sales is an outcome of effective marketing. If you are doing marketing and marketing is not effective, you will not have sales. Sorted. If you are not getting sales, that means your marketing is not effective. Okay. And please make note, sales is not marketing. Very often we say sales and marketing. Sales and marketing can be, but sales is not marketing. Marketing includes internal marketing. What does that mean? We need to sell to our internal stakeholders. Why should my production team be more passionate? Why should my accounts department be passionate? Why should my admin department? Why should I have an HR team? All of them add to our marketing. They are our representatives out there in the field. All right. Marketing covers the 4 P's: product, price, place, promotion, presentation, and experience. The 6 P's of services marketing. All right. It covers customers, channels, and partners. So it is not limited only to the internal or external stakeholders. It covers the customers, the ones who consume our services, the channel through whom we reach out to the customers, the partners who supply to us. Marketing is also about being ethical. It is also being responsible for the environment. Is it also about being compliant to the legal aspect or any other tax authorities and everything else? It's also about being responsible or engaging with the community. That's what marketing is about. Now, before I get into what can be marketed, let me ask you, let me ask some of you to please shout out, what do you understand by marketing? Hello? Yeah. So I want some of you to please share, what do you understand by marketing, what we've covered so far?
Creating the need
All right.
of a product or a solution or a service
Okay.
by way of developing the right kind of environment.
Right.
That's the way marketing is all about. We can do brand building, we can do whatever. There are many avenues. I don't get into this. That is all about marketing.
Perfect. Let us hear from some
And
more. Yeah,
yeah, and once the monetization happens, the sales will happen.
absolutely.
Reach to
So
potential consumers.
Sorry, reach to?
Potential consumers.
Absolutely. What else?
Marketing creates the environment for the sales. Sales is not equal to marketing.
Perfect. Yes. See, this is one thing you must definitely take home with you. Sales is not equal to marketing. Sales is an outcome of marketing. If you've done your marketing well, you will have sales. All right. Now, let me ask you, what all can we market?
Product,
Services,
Okay. What
ideas.
else? Okay.
market our profile also in job market. You can market. I don't know that is correct or not.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. But since the context is of a business,
Business, yeah.
that may not be appropriate. So as a
Yes, yes.
business, you are a buyer of the profiles. You are not a seller of the profiles.
Right.
Make sense? So
Right.
if you don't sell yourself well to the business may not consume you.
Mm.
Make sense?
Yes.
So it is high time you got out of that mindset of an employee if you want to be an entrepreneur. Make sense?
Yeah. So marketing basically two kinds like services, products.
Okay. So what if I
Mr. Puri,
say,
I would say, Mr. Puri, I would say
yeah,
that you
please,
got to
please.
market yourself.
Yes, you've got to market yourself, but if you're marketing yourself as an employee, then you are
No.
on the other side, right? We are talking, the perspective here is as a business. The manner in which an entrepreneur would market himself vis-a-vis the manner in which an employee would market himself are two different things, right?
But I believe both of them are doing the same thing.
Both are doing this. Is the audience the same for both of them?
Well, if I'm marketing a product
Yeah.
as an employee or as a business owner, I would like to know what's the difference.
Beautiful. So thanks for asking this question. So as an employee, my intention is to get a job, right? Whereas as an employee, when I'm selling a product which is of my company, my intention is that my product should get sold. Is there a difference between the two? So just a couple of slides back, wherein I shared, why should you listen to me? I was selling myself to you. The reason why I was selling myself to you is not that I wanted a job from you or I wanted you to give me some money. I wanted your attention for the following slides, for remaining portion of this masterclass. So the intention, yeah, please.
Yeah, go ahead. No, the marketing when we are supposed to do once product is ready or just before launching the product or beginning of the product. So what stage we have to start our marketing?
Beautiful. That's a very, very, very valid question. We should start marketing the product the moment we conceive it.
Okay. I'm not
It may be
getting
at
it.
different stages.
Okay.
So 1960, if I'm not wrong, JFK declared that in 10 years from today, man will be on the moon. At that time, nobody on this planet knew how on earth would that happen? But marketing started at that time. Man will be
Oh,
on the moon 10 years from today.
okay. 10 years before only they started the marketing.
The moment it got conceived, it was marketed.
Okay, okay.
Does that make sense?
Right. So suppose this Bollywood movies, right? Even release happen before that, they will start do all kind of marketing and all those things, right?
Very rightly said. Right? Now, what can be marketed? Goods can be marketed. Services can be marketed. Experiences are marketed. Right? So in Los Angeles, the Kodak Theater that sells experiences. Just that experience of the red carpet, that is what they sell. Events are marketed. Persons are marketed. So these persons can be employees, they can be directors, they can be celebrities, they can be politicians. All of them are marketed. And all of them are marketed in different fashions. The language is different, the tools are different, the scale is different.
Atul, can you compare marketing and sales? Like, can you compare? Like, can you take one example? This is a marketing activity. This is a sales activity.
So just a couple of slides back where I was talking about myself, that was a marketing activity. I was talking about myself. The outcome of that was that you should be ready to buy something from me, but not buy something from me at that point in time. I was enrolling you into the person called Atul Puri.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay. So the
Or
marketing outcome is the sales.
the outcome of marketing is sales. The outcome of sales is revenue. So when you go to a shop to buy a loaf of bread, you are paying the money to buy the bread. That is when the sale happens.
Right.
Money has changed hands, product has changed hands. That is a sale.
Right.
What did you get? You got the bread, you got the product.
Right.
What did the shopkeeper get? He got revenue.
Okay. Okay.
In that revenue, part of it is his cost and part of that is his profit.
Profit. Right.
Make sense?
Right.
Is this sorted?
Yeah. So
So you
another
might
thing,
want to
another
write it,
term.
you might want to write in the chat box, marketing, arrow sales, arrow revenue, arrow profit. So marketing gives sales, sales gives
Yes.
revenue, revenue gives profit.
Okay. Okay, got it. So where advertisement come into picture, like advertisement versus marketing,
So advertisement is one part of marketing.
one part of the
So you
marketing.
can do
Okay.
marketing in multiple ways,
Okay.
right? Advertisement is one of the vehicles of marketing.
Okay.
Right? So we can market goods, we can market services, we can market experiences, we can market events, persons, places. So very often we have these advertisements that God's own country, Kerala. We are selling Kerala, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Or we talk about Malaysia talks about Malaysia, truly Asia. We're selling Malaysia as a place. Then there are properties. You would have Munnar, there is this resort which sells itself, right? Those are properties. Or you have got Udaipur, the Lake Palace. That's a property which is sold, right? Then there are organizations. I just spoke about TAI, I spoke about MSME Bharat Manch. I was selling that organization. I was marketing that organization. And then organizations like McKinsey and all, they have reports. A report on IT industry in India. That is information. And then there are ideas. Atmanirbhar Bharat. That was an idea which the Prime Minister of India sold to us.
Very, very good concept, Mr. Puri. I also have an example. Being a chartered accountant, if I publish an article, I am marketing myself. This is also an example of marketing myself.
Absolutely. So you are using information to sell yourself,
Yes.
right? And I'll just add to this. When you are using information, so I also said that I've published 2 books. What did I say? All what I was telling was that I am an authority in the subject.
You are building credibility for yourself.
Absolutely. So when I'm building credibility for
Acha,
myself, I'm selling myself, right? I'm using that as a tool to market myself. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So there are so advertisement is one way of marketing. These publishing data, information, all that is marketing. Right now, what I'm doing is marketing. This masterclass is nothing but marketing. I'm giving you something valuable which you can take back into your life. And in that process, in the exchange, what I'm looking for is that you start relating to me as an authority. So whenever I sell something, you buy it. If either you buy it or you help me to buy sell it. Make sense? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, continue.
Is this cool?
Yes.
Super cool.
Thank you. Now, next is value-based marketing. See, today, when there is so much of clutter, there is so much of information overload, how do you differentiate? You differentiate by adding more value to whatsoever you're delivering.
Mr. Puri, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
I've got a question, please.
Sure, yeah, please,
Uh,
please. See,
Yeah,
the more questions we have, it'll be more interactive and valuable. Yeah, please.
Now, you said there are certain different products are there which are to be marketed.
Yes.
Now, how long the marketing goes? Is it a continuous process? Or after a certain level, yes, once the people know about it, you stop marketing.
So one, marketing is a continuous process. The intention and the intention vehicles, they keep on changing.
Like any example on that?
All right. So in this last week, media was covered with something called a new car called Invictus, which is a dual of this is Invictus is from Suzuki, and this is the dual of Innova from Toyota. Now, what Suzuki is doing is Suzuki is trying to go up the value chain, have products which are larger. Okay, so far Maruti has been, or Suzuki has been known for compact cars. They have been actively pursuing to get into the next level, whether it was Ciaz or it was Grand Vitara or it was Baleno, the previous version. They've tried, got some success, failed some, and then done it. So this time they've come with Invictus. Now, is Invictus there in the market today? No, it is not. They are just warming up the market right now. So in warming up, what are they doing? There is media coverage. Media coverage in the sense there are articles which Times of India and others have carried. Overdrive would carry. In some time, you will have some of the enthusiast auto authors. They will be writing about it. What has been their experience? I drove from Bombay to Khandala and this is how it was. Because they also need something new to talk about, right? Or they would talk about Manali to Leh across the road, which did not exist, right? And this is how they'll start building some momentum around it. And after some time, when the product is there, when the real product is there, then there will be next level of conversation that this product is really great. It is doing well. It is value for money. Maruti service is so much, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And obviously, because the twin already exists, there will be another set of conversations which will say how this product is different from the Toyota product. What value add has Suzuki brought in? Suzuki has a service station, which is the highest altitude service station on this planet. Right? So those will be different conversations. So I hope, Anup sir, I have answered your
Yeah,
question.
got it. I just want to add one thing.
Please,
There
please,
used
please.
to be one product known as the Dalda, which was very popular, and still people say, they go to the shop and say, "Mujhe Dalda de do,"
That became the generic for Vanaspati oils.
and that became a generic for Vanaspati oils. Nobody says कि मुझे laminated sheets चाहिए. People say मुझे Sunmica दे दो. Now Sunmica is a brand.
Absolutely. Same was the case with Xerox. Xerox actually filed a suit on that, right?
Right. So this is something which is once the brand name becomes so popular. So I mean, do you think the advertisement can be reduced a little bit of it, or still it goes?
So let me give you an interesting answer. So once there was somebody who was flying with the CEO of Cadbury, and up in the air, he said, "You are the market leaders. Okay, everybody knows you, and Cadbury is chocolate, and Cadbury is one, like Dalda and Vanaspati is one. Why do you need to keep on marketing?" So the answer was very beautiful. He said, "We are flying at 20,000 feet high. It need fuel to keep on flying at this height." So that is why marketing is required. Okay. Around maybe 30 years back, if I'm not wrong, Cadbury had chocolates which had some insects or worms. At that point in time, they had to do an exercise which we in marketing terms is called reputation management. At that time, ORM was not there. So online reputation management wasn't there, but reputation management was there. So at that time, the packaging used to be different. It used to be open. You would have a sleeve, and inside that, there would be that golden kind of a thing. These ones, dairy milk, they changed the packaging, and it was sealed packaging. That is when they introduced the product. And I'm sure they would have also done a number of press releases and press media meetings and everything to contain that bad message which had gone out. So this is marketing. This is why you need marketing. A brand of that kind means somebody else would have collapsed in that one conversation. But because they were Cadbury, and they at that time, I don't think they were Cadbury, they were probably Hindustan Cocoa Limited, right? But Hindustan Cocoa Limited, they managed it because of the strong public connect and the rapport that they had with their customer. Did I answer your question, sir?
Yeah, perfectly. Fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, do we move forward? So value-based marketing. Okay, so we need to have the goals in place. Why are we marketing? What do we want to achieve out of it? The first one is to create customer value. Second is to differentiate ourselves from the competition. Third is to create value for our stakeholders. Now, our stakeholders are shareholders in our business, our channel partners, our other partners, and our employees. So we are creating value for them. This is the purpose of marketing. So somebody was asking me about marketing myself as an employee. So while I want to market myself as an employee, the company also markets itself that it is employable. Sorry, it is good for employees so that they can attract good quality employees. So when somebody says that we are a super brand, when somebody says that we are higher up on some human index, all what they're conveying is that the people who are working with us, they feel safe with us, they feel valued with us, all that stuff. So as a company, as a business, we need to sell to future employees also. It's not just employees selling themselves to us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then is what are the different kinds of value which is there? So there is functional value, which is quantifiable.
979016.
Okay.
फॉरवर्ड कीजिए ना ये मैसेज व्हाट्सएप पे.
सर ये फॉरवर्ड कर दीजिएगा पर म्यूट चाहिए प्लीज. ठीक है. सो देन देयर इज फंक्शनल वैल्यू. मींस जिस समय मारुति खरीदते हैं तो मारुति कहती है कि जी इट गिव्स 18 किलोमीटर पर लीटर. दैट इज क्वांटिफाइबल. यहां वो कहते हैं कि जी इसकी मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट जो है दैट इज द लीस्ट इन द मार्केट, सो दैट इट इज लाइक 3000 रुपीज अ मंथ और समथिंग ऑफ दैट काइंड, जिसको हम क्वांटिफाई कर सकते. दैट इज द फंक्शनल वैल्यू. देन देयर इज सोशल वैल्यू कि जी इसको खरीदोगे तो आपका जो है स्टेटस बढ़ जाएगा. आई थिंक टाटा स्काई की जिंगल थी, इसको लगा डाला तो लाइफ जिंगा लाला. सो व्हाट दे आर सेइंग, देयर सोशल वैल्यू इज सच. Then there is emotional value. Raymond says complete man. And they are bringing those ethos of family in those communication that they have. Then there is people who want to be seen as innovative people, people who want to be seen ahead of the curve. They would go to places where others have not gone. They want to convey one upmanship. All right. So they would probably be, so those kind of people who buy iPhone 14 on the first day itself, and then they put on the social media, I got the third iPhone in India. Right. I got the first iPhone in North India. That is the epistemic value, right? And then there is conditional value. There is certain value which is only applicable at that point in time. For example, if I'm traveling abroad, at that point in time, I need travel insurance. Neither before that nor after that. All right. So very often when you're buying from Make My Trip, they will try and sell you something on top of it. जी ₹1 में ले लो insurance, right? So now value proposition, the first thing in the goals I said, create customer value. So we'll go slightly deeper into this. So customer value, there is value proposition. Okay, we had another session which was a detailed section on value proposition canvas, but just look at it. What we do is, it is very important for us as a business to map our customer. What does the customer expect from us? What are his pain areas? What are the challenges that he's facing? All right, where all is he getting stopped? And then what are the conditions which will delight him, which will he'll become ecstatic about it. And then to this, we create products and services which map each of these, not only map, which go beyond this. So we have products and services which meet all the functional needs, emotional needs, social needs of the customer expectation, right? The pains or challenges that we have, we diffuse each one of them through the pain relievers. Gains, we map the gain creators with that. So this is how we create a value proposition canvas for the customer. Similarly, we can have a value proposition canvas for the different stakeholders. The HR head HR could create the same thing for employees. What is it that the employee wants from the company, and what is it that the company can provide? The director sales can create this for the distributors. What does the distributor want and what can the company give? The operations manager can have this guy. Yeah, so the operations manager, he can have this. What would our vendors want from us? And how is it that we can make them happy? So like this, if all the stakeholders in the business, their concerns are mapped, I promise you our business is in great shape. Okay, if this is something which has opened, which is an aha moment for you, please write in the chat box, great shape. Okay. So anything so far in these past couple of slides, wherein we are talking about what is marketing and what all can be marketed and what is value-based marketing. Any observations over here? Any observations, something you want to share, some question that you have?
Mr. Puri,
Yes.
one thing is there, because at times these people, some of the companies do over marketing. Now, as you rightly said, that Maruti's came out with this, that the car would give about 18 kilometers per liter.
Right,
The cheapest maintenance cost of the car.
right,
Now, it should look like realistic, not superfluous.
right,
Now, what happens is, I buy on the basis of that verdicts, I buy that car, start driving it. And most of the companies say, under terms and conditions, under special condition, it will give you 18 kilometers. Now, when I start driving it, it gives me about 14 or maybe 12.
right.
After a year, I go to the workshop, and he gives me a bill for 10,000 rupees. Now, here comes the difference. I've been told that it will give me 18 kilometers. I bought this car because it is the cheapest maintenance. I bought this car, and when I myself drove it, it gave me 12 kilometers, and went to the workshop, and the person, instead of 3,000, the person is charging me 10,000 rupees.
Right.
Now here, what happens is the value goes down.
Yeah.
So in that case, I mean, don't we think that the marketing should be done in a more realistic way rather than giving a superfluous ideas about the product?
So yes, so there is a word called being responsible. As marketers, we should be responsible. Having said that, if we are not responsible and we send out such messages, then word of mouth catches up. The customer will never come back to you and give feedback to you, but the customer will stop using you altogether. All right. That is why certain brands, they fail overnight. Right? And this also has to do with the ethos of the organization itself. If the organization is pro-customer, if the organization is for the customer, they will commit less and over-deliver. Whereas if they are out to create a quick buck, then they will get a quick laugh, as I would say. They'll get a kick on the wrong place. So customer will give you one chance, not the second chance. So again, if we would see last week, there were the results for this year. And Maruti has again become #1 in the compact car series. So if we would see year 2020, 2021, 2022, then I think Tata and Hyundai, they were 1, 2. Then there were new players like Kia and all who had come in. So because of the novelty factor and the new products they had launched, they kind of went beyond Maruti. But then Maruti, being the tortoise that it is, they caught up. Right? Though today their market share is just around 27%, but still they are #1. in a market which is there are so many brands, so many models, still retaining this, there is something right that they are doing, and that is authenticity, right? Okay, let's move further. Value delivery. Okay, so 7 steps to strategic marketing. The first one is objectives. You get your objectives right. So unless you know where are you headed, you will head nowhere. Analysis, both market and internal analysis. Then comes the marketing strategy. Then comes execution. Then comes feedback. So Anup sir, this is where it comes. If you create something and send that into the market and you don't listen to the feedback, you are almost ready to be doomed. All right.
Puri sir, I just want to give you a small example. I'm from the aviation background.
Yeah.
And what happens is a passenger who buys a ticket, he thinks that he's bought the airlines.
Absolutely.
If he doesn't get a choice of the seat or choice of the meal, he creates a big problem. And what if anything good happens on the aircraft or at the airport, he's only going to tell 10 people. But if anything goes wrong, slightest go wrong, he'll tell it to 100 people and tell how those 100 people you tell to another 10 people. Now you just think of what would the figure would go if one person keeps on telling to this 100 people is this. So what happens is, getting a passenger is not a problem. Retaining the passenger is a major problem. And these kind of feedbacks, at times what happens is creates a problem for the, I mean, any kind of industry. It's not just the aviation. Any kind of industry, these kind of feedbacks create a problem.
So Anup sir, let me share the bad news here. The businesses, they exist for the customer. The customers don't exist for the business. So if the business does not take care of the explicit and the implicit expectations of the customer, then it is the business which is responsible. All right. So getting those worms in the chocolate, any company can have. But addressing the concerns of the consumer, who consumes those chocolates? The 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 10-year-olds, they consume maximum amount of chocolate.
Even I does it now.
Huh?
Even I does it now.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is the largest portion of that product is consumed by young children who cannot even anticipate something of this kind. As a company, you've got to be responsible for them, right? So that's important. So then comes market feedback. After that is the marketing structure. How would you roll it out? And then comes the go-to-market plan. All right. The dynamics which play are the competitive landscape. What all is happening in the world? Now, competitive landscape, it is not Pepsi and Coke for Coke. It is all fluids which a person consumes, whether those are fresh fruit juices, they're aerated drinks, that is lassi, or that is nimbu sharbat, or that is anything else, ganna ka juice, okay, sugarcane juice, right? All that is what the customer is going to consume against a Coke. So when Coke is looking at competitive market landscape, it has to look at all this. Then there is strategic analysis. बंदा किस price point पर क्या खरीदता है, कहाँ खरीदता है, क्यों खरीदता है. Industry and competitive analysis. Core competence of the company itself. हमारी strength क्या है? Let us operate from there. What is my competitive advantage? And then the portfolio analysis. Now, Coke, they are not likely to come with a sugarcane juice. Not in this century, maybe in the next century they would do. Right? So they've got to operate from their aerated drinks. Or if you look at Pepsi, so Pepsi's got aerated drinks. They also have fruit-based drinks, which are Tropicana. And then there is the SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And then also another piece is the globalization piece. Which way is the technology going? International landscape is changing. All these are different dynamics which you have to look at when you are designing your strategy. All right. Next is analysis. See, in analysis, you do external environment analysis, customer analysis, market analysis. Let us look at that. External environment analysis, competitive forces. What are the different kind of competition? How do they behave? What kind of marketing are they doing? How much money do they spend in the market? Which counters are they available on? Are they doing something based on seasons? Are they doing something based on festivals? Are they doing something on periodic basis? So how does the competition behave? Economic forces. Can we divide the strata into different levels? So may not be directly, but then urban, suburban, rural, how do those people behave? What the paying capacity of different people, right? Then are the political forces. Election, is that going to make a difference? What party is there in ruling right now? Whether it is a democracy or it is president's rule or whatsoever. What is the kind of impact? Today, the impact of, let us say, Russia-Ukraine war. What does that have? What impact does that have on our market? So India has had an impact on the availability of crude oil, right? Indian students who used to go to Ukraine for studies, they've had to go to other places. So different industries would react to it in different fashions. Then legal and regulatory forces. Maruti, the biggest product that they had was Maruti 800. As the legal and regulatory compliances, they started becoming more and more stringent as they moved from Bharat stage 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. At one stage, Maruti realized that they cannot upgrade this product. So they stopped manufacturing that product and they got into different product categories, right? Or let us say ITC. ITC, their bread earner was tobacco. And then along the journey, they realized that tobacco is, being in tobacco is an uphill task. They had to do a makeover. And today they make much more money from selling Ashirwad atta than from Goldflake. I don't know, much more or whatsoever, but still they make a lot of money from Ashirwad. Or from the ITC classmate notebooks and stationery products. Or from the Will's lifestyle, or from the FMCG products that they've got into. Does that make sense? Hello?
Yes, perfect. Perfect. Makes sense.
And then there are the technological forces. In the past 6 months, ChatGPT has created ruckus. Many technology companies, or especially the digital marketing companies who used to make a lot of money from writing blogs and articles and content, they went out of business. They went belly up. Because you give a command to ChatGPT and in a couple of minutes, you can write the entire book, which does not even need to be edited. Right? That's what technology has done. Or look at the impact it has on healthcare, public services, and so much more information-based products. Now, on one end, there are shops which are getting closed. On the other end, there is so much new work which is getting created. Today, Apollo hospitals, or let us say Max hospitals, they are looking at how they can use AI to serve their customers well. how they can do first level. So earlier there used to be primary healthcare centers. How can they take care of the primary healthcare at the home itself? Because of the artificial intelligence, today people have Apple watches, people have other watches. Through them, they are able to manage their parameters at home itself. They need not come to the primary healthcare center. That is technological forces. Are you keeping an eye on what is happening in the technology space? And then there are socio-cultural forces. When we were growing up, we were expected to be at home. Chai pakoda was good enough. Today, you tell your 12-year-old, "Chal main tere liye chai pakoda banata hu." He'll say, "Run away." Right? He has access to a phone. He'll place an order on Zomato, and then he will have his pizza, burger, and cakes and whatsoever. When we were growing up, the first date was probably when we were 20, 25, 20 plus years old. Today, a 12-year-old knows what a date is. So much has changed. Are we incorporating that into our messaging? Are we incorporating that into how we speak to our customer? Our consumer behavior has changed. When we were growing up, once you get into a company, you would retire from there. But today, you speak to a fresh out of college, he does not want to be in a company for more than 3 to 6 months. 6 months later, he will be another company. And 2 years later, he'll be in San Jose running his own startup. I would think of 5 rupees as a pocket money. And my daughter is thinking of creating $1,000 every week. Different mindsets, different approaches. Are we present to that? Hello? Let us look at the market linkages. So there are customers, there are competitors, and there is me, my company. So my customer is two timing with me and my competitor. So my job is to keep my customer's attention towards myself. Right? So what is our relationship with our customers? What advantages do our competitors have with our customers which we don't have? So we've got to go beyond that. Can we sidestep them? How are we different from our competitors? And can we convey that difference to my customer? And this is, and competitor will be a large battery of competitors, right? From different walks. For each one of them, we'll need to have a different statement. And customers also, we will have different. So we'll have B2B customers, we'll have B2C customers, we'll have B2G customers. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, write in the chat box 3C. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes. See, you know, it becomes so difficult to speak to the screen, especially when you are a normal human being. Next is competitive positioning. I like this image, right? And it's very important that we understand what we're talking about. This is an addition to the previous slide that I was talking about. Okay. So here, what my customer wants, what I have to offer, and what my competition has to offer. Now, there is my competitor's positioning and there is my positioning in the green. And then there is some positioning which I and my competition have common. That is something where we should not go, because then I don't have any advantage. And then here, the orange one is the risky position, which is what I can also offer, my competition can also offer. If I'm operating in this place, then the only way in which I will operate is by giving a discount. And can anybody give back to me what is it that happens when you are operating on a discount? जब हम डिस्काउंट देते हैं तो क्या होता है? बोलो बोलो।
लॉसेस वैल्यू, ब्रांड वैल्यू कम हो जाती है।
सॉरी, क्या कम हो जाता है?
ब्रांड वैल्यू भी कम हो जाती है और वैल्यू भी लॉस करते हैं, प्रॉफिट लॉस भी करते हैं।
एग्जैक्टली। तो वो जो लॉस होता है ना, वो प्रॉफिट का लॉस होता है, और प्रॉफिट का लॉस जो होता है वो सबसे खतरनाक लॉस होता है ना? प्रॉफिट कमाने में जितनी मेहनत जाती है वो सारी की सारी मेहनत धुल जाती है। So rather than operating in the risky zone, let us operate in the green zone. This is my positioning. So this my positioning different from the positioning of competition. For example, कोक कहता है सर उठा के पियो, हालांकि उस काले पानी में कोई खास चीज नहीं है, लेकिन वो आपकी एस्पिरेशन वैल्यू उठा देता है। कहता है कि अगर आप कोक पी रहे हो तो आप इज्जत से पियो उस कोक को, राइट? तब उस पोजीशनिंग में पेप्सी, जो पेप्सी बच्चों की ड्रिंक कहती है, फिर तो आपने पोजीशनिंग चेंज कर दी, आपका यूजर सेगमेंट चेंज कर दिया उन्होंने, है ना? सो दिस इज हाउ यू गॉट टू बी वेरी कॉन्शियस ऑफ what is the how do you convey your message to your customer. Next is customer analysis. हमारे कस्टमर हैं कौन, वो हमारे प्रोडक्ट के साथ क्या करते हैं? I'll give you a classic case, okay? So this is how McDonald's became what they became. So there was this salesman who used to sell mixers, kitchen mixers. उसने देखा कि जी कोई एक आउटलेट है जो कि काफी ज्यादा मिक्सर खरीदता है। उसने कहा चलो जाकर मार्केट में देख कर आते कि भाई ऐसा क्या है कि वो इतने मिक्सर खरीदता है। So he went to the original outlet of McDonald's and he realized that they were doing things in a very systematic manner और उनको काफी ज्यादा मिक्सर चाहिए होते थे। And he realized the value and the potential of that business model. And उसने उनको कहा कि जी भाई या तो मुझे पार्टनर बना लो या जो है मैं तुम्हारे लिए ये फ्रेंचाइज मॉडल बेचूंगा। And rest is history. Today और कुछ हो, चाहे पकौड़े की दुकान हो चाहे ना हो, मैकडॉनल्ड खुला होगा कहीं ना कहीं, राइट? So that is the value of getting to know कि जी what does your customer do with your products. All right? And closer home, कोई तो एक कंपनी थी जो ये बनाती है अपनी वॉशिंग मशीन्स। तो उनको पता चला कि लुधियाना में उनकी वॉशिंग मशीन बहुत ज्यादा चलती है। तो उन्होंने सोचा भी ऐसा क्या है कि जी वहां पर इतनी ज्यादा वॉशिंग मशीन बिक रही है। तो उनका सेल्समैन वहां गया तो पता चला कि जी वो जो वॉशिंग मशीन है वो लस्सी बनाने के लिए यूज करते हैं। So they got a new use case for their product, right? So you never know what will you find if you hit the market and if you become closer to your customer. Right? Next is where do they purchase our product from? हमारे कौन से चैनल से, हमारे किस तरीके के पार्टनर से वो हमारा प्रोडक्ट खरीदते हैं और क्यों खरीदते हैं उस पार्टनर से, राइट? किन सिचुएशन में खरीदते हैं? क्या किसी फेस्टिवल के आसपास खरीदते हैं? क्या कोई सीजनैलिटी है उनकी? क्या कोई उनकी फैमिली में रिक्वायरमेंट है जिसके हिसाब से वो खरीदते हैं? क्या उनके बिजनेस में कोई अपस्विंग आता है तब वो खरीदते हैं, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह। And then why and how do our customers select our product over the other products? Why do potential customers not purchase our product? कई लोग ऐसे भी होंगे जो हमारा प्रोडक्ट नहीं खरीदना पसंद करते, ऐसा क्यों है? इसके अलावा हम और भी कुछ क्वेश्चंस अपने ढूंढ सकते हैं हमारे बिजनेस के हिसाब से, बट इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू लुक एट मल्टीपल एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ व्हाई पीपल बाय योर प्रोडक्ट्स एंड व्हाई दे डोंट बाय योर प्रोडक्ट्स, हु बायज योर प्रोडक्ट्स, व्हेन डू दे बाय योर प्रोडक्ट। ऑलराइट, अब ये सब चीजें जो हैं दे आर टाइम कंज्यूमिंग, बट जितना ज्यादा डेटा, जितनी ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन आपके पास है, उतनी ज्यादा पावर होगी आपके पास, उतनी ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ होगी आपके पास मार्केट को लीड करने के लिए। कस्टमर पर्सोना, हमने ये पूछा हु इज अवर कस्टमर, पहला क्वेश्चन। तो हाउ डू वी नो दैट हु इज अवर कस्टमर? उसकी एज क्या है, वेदर दे आर मेन और वीमेन, उनका, सो दीज आर द डेमोग्राफिक्स। जो हमारा कस्टमर है उसकी मानसिक परिस्थिति कैसी है, व्हाट आर देयर गोल्स एंड वैल्यूज। जो हमारा कस्टमर है उसकी दुविधाएं क्या हैं, व्हाट आर देयर चैलेंजेस एंड पेन पॉइंट्स। हमारा जो कस्टमर है उसके वाटरिंग होल्स क्या हैं, वो हमारे बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन कहां से प्राप्त करता है। इज ही देयर ऑन फेसबुक, इज ही देयर ऑन लिंक्डइन, क्या वो मैगजीन्स पढ़ता है, क्या वो किसी पर्टिकुलर एसोसिएशन का मेंबर है, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह। मेरा कस्टमर कहां पाया जाता है, मेरे कस्टमर किन चीजों के उसके ऑब्जेक्शंस क्या हैं, राइट। मेरे कस्टमर की साइकोग्राफिक रियलिटी क्या है, is he somebody who questions, is he innovative, or will he take just anything? So जितना ज्यादा आप अपने कस्टमर को जानेंगे उतने ज्यादा आप सक्षम होंगे अपने कस्टमर को सर्व करने के लिए। नेक्स्ट कम्स मार्केट एनालिसिस। मेरी मार्केट का साइज क्या है, ये मार्केट कितनी बड़ी हो सकती है, मेरी मार्केट किस रेट से ग्रो कर रही है। लेट अस से कि जी मेरी मार्केट 10% से ग्रो कर रही है और मेरा बिजनेस जो है 5% से ग्रो कर रहा है, उसका मतलब यह है कि जी कोई और मेरा बिजनेस खा रहा है मार्केट में। मार्केट प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, मेरा जो कंपटीशन है अगर वो 25% पर ऑपरेट कर रहा है तो क्या मैं 35% पे ऑपरेट कर सकता हूं, कैसे कर सकता हूं, हाउ कैन आई कंटेन कॉस्ट, हाउ कैन आई क्रिएट मोर वैल्यू, हाउ कैन आई इंक्रीज द वेलोसिटी, हाउ कैन आई इंक्रीज द मोमेंटम इन द मार्केट, जिससे कि मेरी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी बढ़े। मेरे कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर्स क्या हैं, मेरे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम में कितना पैसा खर्चा होता है, कितनी एनर्जी, टाइम, एनर्जी, मनी खर्च होती है। व्हाट आर द ट्रेंड्स इन द मार्केट। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, till a couple of years back Facebook used to be a great platform for marketing, but अगर आप पिछले कुछ क्वार्टर्स में देखें तो LinkedIn has started catching up, Instagram has been catching up। अभी जो नई जो आ रहे हैं ये ट्विटर का इक्विवेलेंट जो थ्रेड्स हैं, इट इज वर्थ कीपिंग एन आई ऑन कि थ्रेड्स क्या करने वाला है, कुछ ना कुछ तो हरकत करेगा वो, राइट। कैन यू लेवरेज दीज चेंजेस, व्हाट आर द की सक्सेस फैक्टर्स। If you got something new out of this, please write in the chat box market analysis. Next comes risks. आप धंधा करोगे तो रिस्क तो होगा ही उसमें, and how do you evaluate the risks? So you do a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis से मेरा मतलब है strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Strengths and weaknesses आपके internal हैं बिजनेस की, अपॉर्चुनिटीज और थ्रेट्स एक्सटर्नल हैं। तो जो क्वाड्रेंट, ये फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट है, ग्रीन वाला क्वाड्रेंट है, ये आपकी स्ट्रेंथ्स और अपॉर्चुनिटीज को मैप करता है। सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट है जो वीकनेस और अपॉर्चुनिटीज को मैप करता है, ऑरेंज वाला। येलो इज थ्रेट्स और स्ट्रेंथ्स को मैप करता है और रेड इज वीकनेस और थ्रेट्स को मैप करता है। सो आप जब ये पुट कर देते हैं तो सबसे पहला काम आपका ये है कि ये थ्रेट्स और वीकनेसेस वाली जितनी भी चीजें हैं उनको आप तुरंत करना बंद कर दें, विदाउट एनी क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड। These are things which are draining your resources, these are draining your time, energy and money. Your next job is कि जी जो येलो और ऑरेंज क्वाड्रेंट है इसके ऊपर आप थोड़ा सा मंथन करें, तो या तो इस चीज को थ्रेट्स और वीकनेसेस में डाल दें या इसको स्ट्रेंथ एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज में डाल दें। बॉटम लाइन इज एट द एंड आपका जितना रेड वाला पीस है दोज आर द रिस्क्स एंड यू शुड लेट गो ऑफ इट। If this has opened something new for you, please write in the chat box SWOT, SWOT.